Hello, my name is Chico BNW, and this is the Black Male Supremacy podcast. This is a new podcast series, and I'm starting to have revelations. Of course, I'm 22. I'm a black male from Kenya, and this is an important topic that has come to my mind, has come to my attention. And the primary reason why I call it this first episode, the Black Male Supremacy episode, the Black Manifest Destiny, is because of what I have observed from the community, coming from a lower class household, being raised by my grandmother, having parents who weren't together, and having a semi-rough but also semi-padded childhood. The differences from then in terms of our human conscience collectively as human beings and now. And the reason why it is time for the black male to not only succeed, but to completely take over. This is the black male takeover. We are seeing it in real time. And I have a proposal called the Black Manifest Destiny. So let's go back to the inspiration for this. Then I will go through my history, being born as a Kenyan in Nairobi and traversing through life up to this point, which is a short life. I've only been on this planet for seconds, but I know a lot because I've studied a lot. I've read a lot. I knew a lot about African history. I knew a lot about American history as a kid, and I've done a lot of research on this, and listen to a lot of podcasts and so forth. So I feel like I am positive that I am well versed in this. So, what is the Manifest Destiny? Well, it is a document that was created by the founding fathers that entailed the primacy of the Anglo-Saxon white male and the Anglo-Saxon race as the premier people on this world who have been blessed by God and divinely inspired to conquer America from east to west, to conquer the USA, to create the USA. That is the manifest destiny. And from then to conquer the world as the chosen race, as the chosen people. And the manifest destiny basically gives them the green lights to take over the land and possess it and to claim it as their own, to colonize. And it's a very important document. It's one of the founding documents of the greatest modern empire, that is America, the greatest silent empire. And the reason why the Westerners in general, whether it's French, English, Spanish, all these people, up to this point, feel like they are the center of the universe, that they are the chosen people, that they are the ones to make the rules, that they create NATO, that they are the ones to create the rules-based order, to tell everyone what to do and how to feel, and to instruct the barbaric, us black people, Asians, Eastern Europeans, Arabs, to conform with their standards of living, with their standards of morality, that we should be more like the white folks. And the Manifest Destiny was a barbaric document by nature because it entailed the fair treatment of white people, of fair-skinned people, and the ill treatment of others. But at the same damn time, it is such a feat of intelligence, especially the most important part of intelligence, which is imagination. Imagining, giving people the imagination of being the chosen people, the most important people on this planet, the most sophisticated, even though all of that is false. That the Chinese were sophisticated before the Americans. And even at that time, the Chinese had a way more sophisticated society. You know, certain tribes that they had in contact with, native tribes, had more sophistication than them, had more democracy, had a fair treatment of women, had better law codes and stuff. Were less barbaric than the whites. But the whites had this imagination, this great feat of imagination of, we are the ones who are better than everyone else, aren't we? So we should tell everyone else what to do. Possess everyone else's land. We are the ones. We are the important ones, you know. Hence the title of this episode, The Black Manifest Destiny. Now, let me go to my childhood. So as a kid, I believed in a lot of the propaganda that comes after the manifest destiny. As a kid, you know, you watch the Transformers and you watch Star Trek and Star Wars and all this stuff, and you believe that honestly, genuinely, white people control the world and should control the world, and they are really the ones that should be in control of everything. And look at them, they even go into space. Not only have they finished colonizing the planet, they're off to space. You know, and as a kid, I truly believed in a lot of this stuff because it worked. No matter how warped the morality was, no matter how evil and obscene and unrighteous and just totally inhumane the things that had to happen for this empire to be a success. It was a success. It was a success that these pathological liars, these Anglo-Saxons, these pale-skinned pathological liars, little dick males, insecure whites, managed to convince everyone else to be insecure, managed to convince everyone else that the land they owned wasn't truly theirs, and that they were there to make them more human, and they were there to civilize, and they were there to bring their technology and their superior way of thinking to make better use of the land and to make better use of the planet. They are the ones with the best designs. They are the ones whose desires deserve to be justified. When I was a child, all the heroes were white. I looked up to Iron Man. These are the things that shape our society today. You play a video game and 9 times out of 10, the lead character is white unless you're playing San Andreas, in which it starts immediately with a humiliation ritual. 2 white cops and a black cop. Immediately humiliating. And this feeling of being an imposter in a world that isn't yours, that for the whites, they can go off and conquer the stars. But if you're black, your main goal is to survive. That is your purpose. Your purpose is to react to the fact that the world isn't fair towards you and they're racist and you don't know why, and you must survive. This podcast and this stream of consciousness that I have right now, this enlightenment, is our medicine. I have to undo all of that. You know, the process of mentally subduing a people, the process of creating negative self-imagery, and self-fulfilling prophecies of wrongdoing, being the wrong done people, repeating cycles, all this nonsense that has been taught to us or forced upon us. And it all starts in the mind. And all of this is a product of their manifest destiny, their imagination. They imagined all this racist nonsense. They created it out of thin air. Phrenology, you dig? They created all this stuff out of thin air. Eugenicists creating all these stupid theories about blacks and everyone else and the reason why they are the ones who should die. If we're creating experimental medicine and vaccines, we try them first on them. Their lives are not as important as the white lives. Their children are not as important as black children. We're seeing the effects of this in Gaza, where for the most part, even though people are protesting, who's really going to do anything to stop it? It's that the Jews are wider than the people who are being destroyed. This is all a process, and the manifest destiny really came before true systemic racism. So the prelude to all of this is a people convincing themselves that they're better than everyone else. And this ends, the conclusion is that they are now in control. In quotes, because it's being undone in my 20s. But when I was an 11-year-old child, half of my lifespan, when I was 11, I believed it. You don't cross white people. You don't even talk ill to them. And really, you don't tell them the truth. Like the Boondocks said, you don't even dream of telling white folks the truth. And they are special, and they live in picket fences, and your goal in life are two. Your goals in life as a black person are twofold. The first thing is you gotta survive. You can't trust other black people because black people don't stay on code. Black people ain't shit. Your goal is to survive. And the second goal is to move in with white people because they are the civilized people. They are the people who honor their contracts and commitments false. It's total bullshit. They are the people who are not barbaric. They are the people who won't look at your stuff and think they want to steal it. So your goals are twofold. And as a child, it's trained in you subconsciously. Sometimes it's told to you directly. You know, your goal is to move to, and I'm a Kenyan, you move to Karen. There's a lot of white people who live in Karen. And your goal as a Kenyan is to one day be able to live in Karen or Kilimani or Kileleshwa, one of those places. You don't want to live in the rest of Kenya because every other Kenyan is struggling. That's the goal. That's what's tossed to us. Survivalism, and getting rich. In whose system? Who's printing the dollars? Who's in control of the gold reserves? Who is mining the gold? Who is talking about going to space? Who's in control of the silicone trade and all this other stuff and the oil trade? Who controls the waterways? Who has satellites orbiting our planet? Who is talking about Mars? Whether or not all these things are true, we know who is in control. The one thing we know is that the goals they set for themselves are lofty. You know, black people, we suffer from a failure of imagination. That they came to our lands, they came to us and convinced us that we were not worthy. Worthy of being called human, worthy of holding on to our land, worthy of exploiting what we have. You're not even worthy to live. You're not worthy to have the same type of health care or education. You're not worth all that. And we have a lot of black people who suffer from this disease called a lack of imagination. The goals black people set are goals white people have accomplished hundreds of years ago, of being rich, of living peacefully, of having picket fences. None of this is impressive. Not to them. When we have the luxury cars and they're not impressed. Now we can have the industrial revolution of our own kind. And now we're hiring each other and having companies of our own. They did that hundreds of years ago. It's unimpressive. It's like baby steps. They're looking at us like a child walking. They're like, wow, how impressive. They're finally catching up. We're so far ahead of them. But let's go back to the moment they made the Manifest Destiny. When they made these documents to the Enlightenment and their colonial ambitions, when they made all these documents justifying their land grabs and their slavery and all this stuff, and building their industries and exploiting the world and controlling resources, they were poor. The people they sent to these colonies were the poor whites. The people who developed these glorious things that we look back at and evolve into the Black Rocks and all these people, the people who started these designs, who enabled these designs, the people who worked on this stuff, the people who were on the boats, moving around, shooting whoever they gotta shoot, taking whatever they gotta take. Majority of the societies were poor. Poor. All they wanted was permission from their kings. I need permission to go here. I'll take a company with me of 60 or so men, and we will take over the entire island. It started from nothing. It started from zero. And even as they were doing what they were doing, they were still in poverty for the most part. They were just living a bit more comfortably than the slaves they had, than the people they had conquered, than the people they had dispossessed, than the people they had dispossessed of a hope for a future and love for themselves. They had love for themselves, even though they would die from malaria quicker than a nigger. See, a white person will die from malaria faster than a black person. But when the white person dies, the white person has been satisfied of life, has taken the orange called life and squeezed all the juice out. And why has the white person been able to do that with impunity? And the black person, despite having a hardier body, a better immune system, the black person is sad about life. The black person is under shackles. The black person is dispossessed of land, of rights, of power. It's because the black person has been convinced mentally that you are worth nothing. You look ugly. Your hair looks weird. Your skin is black. You are a monkey. Like, really, you're not really worth shit. You dig? Even though we can't survive in the sun, even though malaria catches us, we drop like dead flies. You, the ones who have been naturally blessed, the most on this planet, with the best natural immune system defense, the best skin, and a hair suitable for the type of continent you live in, you are not worthy. You're not worthy of shit. You're not worthy of shit, not even freedom. Not even the choice on who you fuck. We're going to put you together with the best type of person to fuck to create the best type of slave. And in Africa, you're going to live where we tell you to live because we need this other land. And we need you to dig, baby. And even if you're tired, you're going to die, motherfucker. It's forced labor in Africa. It's slavery in America. It's the same thing. The same master. In quotes. Which is training from young. You are not worthy. And up to this moment, every black person believes they're not worthy until they manage the two feats. Well, feats they selected for us. Survive, number 1. 2, move in with white people. Become like white people. Dress like white people. Be civilized like white society, which is extremely uncivilized and barbaric. Be civilized like us. Is that good enough? Is that good enough for black? No, it isn't. and that's why right now at this moment there's a crisis. There's a crisis of confidence where the world has lost all confidence in the West and all confidence in whites because they're finally being unmasked for what they are through Gaza, through Ukraine, through all these things, through even before that George Floyd, as truly the barbarians who took knowledge from the East, from the South, and carved it into a society of their own and moved around the world, portraying themselves to be the originators when they were not, and convincing everyone that they're not worthy of life, of freedom, of their land, dispossessing, killing, mass rape, and stealing. rinse and repeat. And now they have established an empire that is crumbling and falling. No one believes it anymore. This so-called idea of white people being better than every other people, no one buys it. So I'll move on from that. So what is the now? What are the conditions now that are fertile for the Black manifest destiny that I propose? Well, you look around you. For one, the dominant culture, shout out to the foundational Black Americans, is foundational Black American culture. And extremely derivative if it is white. The most important things that we're holding high as a human society collectively are Black memes, Black units of culture. Right now, as a human society, it is seen that Black people have the best genes, the best units of nature, that we are the best natural beings on this planet, which has been the longest known thing known since Egypt. This is nothing new. That yes, Black people, we are built for this planet. We are built to enjoy this existence naturally. That's nothing new. And the fact that all these societies around us, West, East, North, they now want to assimilate with us. There is a lot of race mixing going on, especially when it comes to mixing with the Black male. There's an understanding that at the pinnacle right now is the educated and sophisticated Black male at the very pinnacle. Everyone wants relations with him, including white guys. It's very strange the time we're living in where everything flipped. Things didn't just change, and the perception of humanity in general on white society and Black people and different races, things completely flipped from the Black person being at the bottom. This is the dirty Negro. It always born to be unlawful, born to be barbaric, born to be unworthy, to the educated and enlightened group, because there are two groups now, being put at the very top, being esteemed at the very top of human society and seen as the standard. How come? When white people talk about the standard for a president, they talk about a mixed biracial president. They talk about Obama. And the dirty president is the white man, Trump. How comes? We are living in a unique time where the Black celebrity has way more of a pull and a voice, way more moral power than a white celebrity. That history is being uncovered and is being discussed, and Black history is being revered. Finally, the past is being uncovered. The truth is being brought back into the light. We live in a unique time, especially for Black guys, but even Black women and just Black society in general, where finally, instead of the trauma-ridden, poverty-ridden, people who just have to survive, and maybe you can move and live with those white people. Now, there is a possibility for Black nations and Black excellence. And that is being seen. That is being portrayed now. Black sophistication, Black moral uprightness, emotional stability, emotional intelligence. Black people being capable of and worthy of power. We're at that moment now where everything changes, where we're seeing pictures being unveiled of a Black Jesus and everything is changing. The whole script, the powerful myth that was propagated for 900 years is crumbling in front of our eyes. Who is the sophisticated? Who is the civilized? It has changed. It has completely changed. in our favor. And you have two camps. Again, you have two camps within the black people. You have the ignorant motherfuckers, the people who want to keep believing in old ideas, the people who still hold on to self-hatred and negative self-imaging and unrighteousness. And really, can we ever unite or organize? Or, you know, I don't want to live around black people. I want to make it and live around white people. You still have that crowd of black people who are Uncle Toms and Auntie Toms who see nothing good that comes out of the African or the African descendants. And then you have this other side of people who are finally seeing it come together. Just like the English after fighting off French influence and the French invasions, the English, after the 100 Years' Wars, finally saw themselves as a worthy society. And at that moment, crafted the tools necessary for them to conquer the world, from being the conquered to the conquerors, starting with the Irish, their neighbors. We're at that important juncture as a group of people who have suffered defeats in the past. We're finally seeing mild success. We're finally seeing past the tunnel. It's finally having a light at the end. There's a possibility of us coming out of this shit on top. And that is why a black manifest destiny has to be written. And these are the 3 steps. In fact, I haven't even written them down, but I have them in my mind, and I was thinking about them last night. The first step is decolonization of the mind. All these ideas, and especially these hierarchical ideas of the generous whites, the primacy of the whites, the civilized whites coming down with their generousness and civilizing the blacks and showing us Jesus, and Jesus is white and Mary is white and everything is white and the beautiful things are white and the picket fences are white and they are better, and black, you are the dirty ones. That has to be undone. All that has to be undone. All that has to be crushed. The second thing that has to be done is replacement. So you have to undo all of that. But you can't leave someone with a crisis of meaning, which is what the world is going through now. All the whites are going through a crisis of meaning because all the things they believed of their supremacy is falling apart. The Chinese are making better technology. Their culture is being stepped on by black culture, as it should. So culturally, they're insignificant. Technologically, they're insignificant. And the wars they're waging against the dirty Slavs are losing. The side they chose, which is Ukraine, is losing. And not only that, their spiritual moral high ground is being completely destroyed by what's going on in Gaza. No one believes it anymore. That the whites are the so-called civilized, and they're unbarbaric, and they're the enlightened, and they're the ones teaching everyone else how to live. And they have the moral high ground. No one believes it anymore. They're the only ones who can develop technology. No one believes that anymore. They're the only ones who can win wars. No one believes that anymore. You know, no one believes none of this shit. In fact, we all expect wars in the coming decades in the West. We expect reprisal. We expect that Russia and the Middle East and all these people will eventually exact revenge. The Balkanites, all these people will come together against the West. It is happening on a person-to-person, on a populist scale. There's a populist movement that's anti-West going on up there in the Eurasian continent. And the Asians, all these people, fuck these Westerners. They're finally seeing it. The people who tried so hard for most of their existence to be like the whites. And because they were pale, they could actually kind of try to be like. They're finally seeing the problem with that. The white folks don't ever see y'all as equals. They just want to use you motherfuckers. You know, just like a Negro who moves and lives with white people in a white neighborhood, the whites will smile and cheer and put on acts like they're proud of this nigga. But the moment this nigga makes a mistake, they're gonna kick him out. They're gonna call the cops on this man and file a fake report and say, hey, we saw him smuggling dope. Even if this black man, all he did was blamp into another white man's car, this black man did what? He was selling dope, and this other white guy was Jewish, and this black man said some anti-Jewish shit, and he said, fuck you, and cracker, I'm going to shoot you in the face, cracker. They're going to add so many extras to just get the nigga out of here because he's a nigga. They are the ones who are supposed to be on top. You're supposed to be in servitude. You should be happy to be around them. You should be happy they're spending their money on you. You should be honored that they see you as worthy of standing beside them, the civilized. No one believes that anymore. And so once you erase the mind of the conquered Negro, you have to replace it with the mind of a conqueror. The Black Manifest Destiny. And what is the Black Manifest Destiny, which is my third and final point? This is black male supremacy. Last time I checked, I'm in the BNWO. Many women across the world want to have children with black guys. We have one. Obviously, it's poetic if you know a bit about, Al-Andalus, Spain, and all this historical stuff. The educated black man is at the top, the tippity top of humanity is us. And the Black Manifest Destiny is for the entire community, but it is especially for the black male. And it is to teach, and has to be taught, that we must take full control of this world's resources. All the things that are under the rock of this planet are ours. And on top of this rock, we should be standing the tallest. And beyond this rock called the planet, we should be in control of everything else. That is the Black Manifest Destiny. And it shall come to be. It shall come to be. And this starts with Africa. The rock, the part of this rock called this planet, this earth, it starts with taking full control of Africa. Political control, economic control, everything. And uniting Africa as one empire, one black empire, one African black melanated empire that is supposed to conquer the world. Because truthfully, no one else really likes us. I mean, if we're being honest, secluding ourselves from the world won't stop the world from trying to fuck with us. So don't we just doesn't people trying to fuck with us stop if we just take control of the planet? We take control of the planet. Black people, we're the most peaceful motherfuckers on this world. We take control of this planet. That shouldn't hurt nobody. And we force peace. We force peace. We are the melanated beings who are supposed to be on this planet anyways. So we have to take, as the gardener has to take out the weeds, we have to take responsibility of our part, our position to play. But it has to start with home. It has to start with whence we came. This is Africa. Just like the English had to take care of their domestic disputes before they invaded the Irish. Before they went over to Ireland, then Africa, then America, then everywhere else, they had to take care of what's going on in England and Wales and Scotland. We have to take control of what's going on this motherfucking bloody continent. Completely. Top to bottom, east to west. Africa must be for the Negroid only, for the African only, for the melanated being only. Africa is for us. And only us. And we should be able to lock down the seas around Africa. We should be able to lock down the sky on top of Africa. We should be able to knock down anything that's coming our way. Just like the Russians have full control and lockdown of their Russian land. The African must be in full control. Political control, economic control, cultural control. This continent has to be under, that's the first step. That's the first step of the manifest destiny, the Black manifest destiny. And it's a boring step because it's like you got to clean your room. It's basically the same thing. You got to clean your room, right? Yes, you have to take control of your continent. And then from there, the true manifest destiny unfolds because this planet has to come under Black control one way or another. Just taking control of the continent of Africa is enough, by the way. But we need more than that. We don't need political pledges. We already know everyone else is a lying piece of shit. Whether it's an Arab or a white or an Asian, all these people are lying pieces of shit. So what we should be is in control of them as well. Because if we don't do that, they'll do it to us. You see, it is the prisoner's dilemma. But it is highly unfortunate that we live in such a competitive world, but you have to compete and you have to choose yourself. So let me repeat the 3 points. The first thing, you have to decolonize the mind. You have to deconquer the mind. The second thing is you have to take on the mind of a conqueror. Like Genghis Khan, who went from chains to the emperor of Central Asia. You have to take the mind of a conqueror from the chains to the mind of a conqueror. We are the civilized. The last time I checked, Black people, we don't mass rape, murder, kill, steal. We don't do none of that. We are the civilized. And we take on the mind of the people who hold high ground. We are the best. We're just materially poor. That's just the thing. We're just materially poor, but we are the best. We are the melanated beings. We are the blessed by nature. And then from that point onwards, we enact the Black manifest destiny. This whole planet must come under Black control. You can't let no little dick sucker tell you what to do. And motherfuckers who can survive under the sun, they don't have the best design for the planet. They want to ruin this bitch. We want to live here because we can live here. They don't. They want to go to Mars. You can clearly see where this is going. They want to misuse. They want to fully take advantage of and screw this planet over. So we have to take control of this place. And we have to say, hey, this is our home. We are the melanated beings. We are the motherfuckers who was designed to survive here. We're the motherfuckers who've been designed to take control of this place. And we are going to take control of this place. Because if we don't and we leave it to them, they're going to ruin it. They're already showing us they're going to ruin it. They already tell us they're going to ruin it. They already make movies of ruining this place. That's their dream. You know, it's the imposters. Really, they are the imposters, and they have this imposter's dilemma within them. And what an imposter does is they ruin what they touch, because honestly, it's not theirs. So they don't really care. You know, they don't really care. They don't even treat each other as human beings. Last time I checked, most of these torture methods and all this inhumane stuff really is Eurasian culture, all wrapped up. All this inhumane practice, it comes from there. Of course, they are the ones who do inhumane things to everyone else, claiming that they are the civilized trying to civilize. So we have to undo all of that, and not just undo it, we have to turn it all around. We have to undo it and then turn it all around, because we are the civilized. We are the ones designed to be on this planet. We are the ones designed to be outside. We are the ones designed to reap the benefits of this world. from a from a scientific perspective, from science they proclaim. This isn't even black science. This is white folks talking about us. We are the ones. So, I will expound more on the Black Manifest Destiny, but the Black Manifest Destiny is very simple. It's 3 steps. First of all, take back mental control. Take back control of your mind. Decolonize. Take back mind control. Decolonize your mind. Secondly, take on the mind of a conqueror. Take on the mind of a man and a woman who is designed to conquer. We are the ones who are supposed to be running this planet. And then number 3, enact the designs of that mind as the Black Manifest Destiny. And this includes punishing those who go against the code, those who go against our code, those who go against our beliefs, those who go against what's best for Black people, those who go against what's best for us, you know, those who oppose us, those who betray us. I think we must start lynching people. I think we have to send a message, and a strong message to other Black people, like, you're either getting on code with the group, right? We are a group of people who everyone else has been disparaging and treating ill and ignoring, and no one cares about us. You either get on code with the Black folks, or we lynch you ourselves. Yeah, we're not going to wait for everyone else. No. We'll do what we have to do to put you in line and in check. Because we have a job to do. We have to be loyal to ourselves. No one is going to be loyal to us. No one's going to treat us. How low of a bar is it that Black people cry about being treated equally? That is a low bar. When the English were decoupling from the French, they did not cry about it. They went and killed motherfuckers. You have to take the example of Haiti. We can't just keep marching and feeling bad and invoking a religion and saying, no, we're all equal. We have to just let go of all that. All that is cap. It's false. It's all a lie. It's all a lie designed for us to be what? To be okay with it. Just hey, this is just how life is. Just keep marching. At some point you have to take the guns. At some point you have to say, you know what? We cry for fairness and we cry for dignity and morality, and everyone else keeps living. Everyone else keeps getting away with the shit they do. So what's the point? What's the point? You're just gonna keep crying? The Romans didn't keep crying. The Romans took the fight straight to the North Africans. When Hannibal was invading Rome, the Romans said, okay, we gotta fight him. We can't cry about it. There are no two ways about this. It's either we choose to be the conquered, or we choose to be the conquerors. That is reality. That is reality. You take the meta, you take the meta reality of the metaphysics and all this other quantum, all spiritual. Take all that out of the equation, and what we have is a world where a group of people have been convinced that they're not worth anything, that they cannot organize, they cannot build a rocket to space, they can't do shit. And then this other group has been convinced that they're the ones who have been blessed to do things. And this one group has been convinced your job is to survive and to move away from other Black people as a Black person. And this other group has been convinced, hey, you guys are perfect and brilliant, and guess what? Jesus is white just like you. You're perfect, you're brilliant. You know, Elon Musk, he's a Christian and he is brilliant and he's a Nazi and he's going to take us all to Mars. This other group, they have lofty goals. They do not have a crisis of imagination. They're not impressed with testosterone. A poor white cop will shoot a black celebrity to death and get away with it and say he was or she was assaulting me, insulting me. She was reaching out for something. He was reaching out for something, and he can get away with it. Why? Because the system is white. The dollars are white. The judge is white. He's white. White people is special. That's how they see themselves. The poorest white man will always see himself, the poorest white woman, the poorest white child will always see themselves as better than the rich black man. Even if in the material world, in the real world, the black man's living a better life, the black woman. But these white folks, because they control the system top down, even the ones who are at the bottom still know they're better than you. They still know deep down inside you want to be white. Ultimately, what you've been trained to be as a black person is to denounce yourself. That's what you've been trained to do, to denounce everything about yourself and to try your best to be white. The goal is to be they, and they just are born as is. It is called what? Birthright. It is their birthright. That is manifest destiny. That's how they think. It is our birthrights to control the planet. We are the ones who have been given the birthright. We're the ones who've been blessed. Look at us. We created the U.S. We can create a United States of the world if we want to. That's how the white man thinks. That's how they operate. They operate with impunity because they believe in themselves. Because they're raised to believe in themselves. Because all the movies have a white hero. All the books have a white hero. All the statues are almost all white. Almost all the statues is white. Almost all the great people are white. The great scientists who learned a lot of things from everyone else were white, right? The great philosopher is white. The best president is white, according to them. And that's JFK. So you have to, as a black person, you have to detach yourself from these ideas. From the philosophy to the religion to the science and all this fiction made stuff that is put in books and put in media and it's portrayed as fact. You have to completely decouple yourself from all of that. And even if you believe it, let's just say you believe all this nonsense, can't we do better? Can't we take the template of white society? Okay, let's say white society is better. Okay, that's cool. Then we take their template and improve on it. Like the Romans took the Greek template and improved on it. This is what they're doing. We can do it better. In fact, we are the ones who are built to be on this, scientifically speaking. We are the ones who are supposed to be surviving. We're the ones who are supposed to be living like kings and queens on this planet, really. On a natural level, we should be on every continent thriving. We should colonize all the continents, really, as black people. So no, black people, we are not allowed to think like that. They can. That's their job. Our job is to survive. Our job is to make money that they print. Our job is to focus on what they got and to try to be like them. Why can't we outdo them? Why can't we compete? You're not allowed to think like that because they fear competition. They are the ones who trained us not to think like that. They are the ones who lynch. They are the ones who punish. They are the ones who punish our greed if our greed outdoes their greed. They punish our wanting for power if us wanting for power outdoes their wanting for power. That we want the resources and we want control, and we threaten to outdo them. They got to get rid of all these leaders and all these people who speak like that, because you can't have that. You're not special like them. They were born with melanin deficiency. You were born with all the melanin in the world. That is too much winning. To be winning from a natural perspective to an actual physical perspective where now the world is yours, that is too much of a win. That is too much winning, and you're not supposed to be having none of that. What you're supposed to be is in your place, believing in them, in their images, believing in their morality, believing in their design. And when they make a mistake, it's a mistake. When we make a mistake, It is dire, and we deserve the worst consequences. You know, when they make a mistake and they kill people, it was a mistake. When we make a mistake and we harm one person, we don't even kill them, and they're whites. We mistakenly harm a member of their community. Oh yeah, it's curtains. It's over. It's over. Throw the book. Just completely destroy this motherfucker. Destroy them. They're not worthy. Already you're a monkey. Why are you challenging us? All that has to change. All that has to change, because last time I checked, we were in control. Hey, I refresh my Instagram all day. I do this all the fucking time. We're in control. You know, we got a new generation of whites who don't believe in none of that. In fact, they're the ones who are protesting. Think about it. They who have been sold a fiction of being better, they are protesting against it. Meanwhile, you have all sorts of women online saying, man, I just want to hop on that BBC. Man, I just want to fuck with the black guy, man. Imagine having black kids, you know? Oh, man, that's beautiful. Oh, Cat Williams is so amazing. Imagine having a kid with Cat Williams. It's all this crazy shit going on. A flipping of the script. Completely flipped. You dig? People are looking at black people now. We have black scientists, leaders of thought, Billy Carson and all these people. They're looking at us now like, oh man, you guys are the shit. You guys are the shit. You really did build Kemet. You really did build, what is it called? These African empires, the Nubian empire, you really did do that. You guys did that. The Moors in Europe, the black people in Europe, you guys are really amazing. You just need a chance. Oh, we know. Those who know who are black know. Like, yes, we've done a lot of shit. We have innovated. We created a lot of medicine. We created a lot of, we created a lot of the modern day sciences that people talk about. A lot of the philosophers who are Greek and all the science, all these Pythagoras, all these motherfuckers learn from us. That's not new knowledge, if you know. It's new to white people. It's not new to those who know. So, as black people, we have to recolonize our continent. We have to do it. We have to take control of this bitch, and whoever goes against us has to be lynched. That's just, there's no way about it. We can't be nice about this. We can't beg people to listen. We cannot beg people to love themselves. We cannot beg people to value themselves. We have to do it ourselves. If it takes only 500,000 of us, that's all it takes. But everything has to change. Everything has to change. It's the Black Manifest Destiny. It is ours. This whole continent is ours. This whole planet is ours. It's all ours. And the funny thing is, the capitulation has started from the feminine side of the whole equation. From all the females all over the continent, all over the planet. They've all capitulated. So really, it's the dudes who are in the way. It's the white man who's in the way. It's the Asian man, the Arab man. It's the males who are in the way. The Latino man or the Latino male. It's all these other males who are holding up old systems created by their murderous, villainous, evil forefathers. They're the motherfuckers who are in the way. Good news for us is they are killing each other in stupid wars, and that is beautiful, because once the smoke clears, we'll be the only ones left standing. That's the good news. So we have to look into the future and think, because you watch movies, all the movies is white people controlling the future, right? But now there's a challenge. No one believes that. And especially us. If you're a black person, you tapped in and you see the current events, of course the future is ours. The challenge is, how are we going to mold this? Are we going to try to be like Black Panther when the movie ends and, okay, you guys are welcome and let's just all coexist? That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That does not work. These other people don't want to coexist. They want to conquer us at every single time, moments in history. They've never tried to be fair. What works is we take full control of this continent, of this world. Full control. East to west, north, south. Under full black control. Under full black supremacy. The educated, sophisticated, enlightened of us must take full control. From the engineers, scientists, the soldiers, to the philosophers, to the spiritual leaders, it should be black in every single inch of this continent. It should all be black. At the top of society, just like the Moors in Europe, we should just be in control of everything. That is my idea of the manifest destiny. That is my idea of the black manifest destiny. And it really is the final level, because we are the final boss on this planet. We are the ones who have been gifted with the ability to. We have the ability to. We have the ability to. We have all the physical capabilities to. And now we have all the education to. We have all the books. We have all the resources. We're getting all the technology. So as everyone else is fighting silly wars and everyone else imagines that they are in control, we have to kick our own plans in motion. We have to take control of our continent politically, economically. We have to take back sovereignty of everything we control. But we have to take it a step further because they won't let us be in peace. That's the issue. The issue isn't what we want. The issue is what they want. They have been convinced, by the they, I mean the others. The whites, the pales, the others have been convinced that this world is theirs. The books, the novels, the comics, this, the that, the TV show, it has all convinced them that it is their world. Us being in control of just our continent, just Africa alone. If black people take control of Africa alone, complete control, they will be pressed. They will fight us. They will try to fight us. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. They killed Gaddafi. They'll do it. It's dangerous. It is absolutely dangerous for black people to just be in control of their continent top down. East, west. Everything under the rock for the black man. That itself is dangerous. Just that is dangerous in its own. This is dangerous because it raises so many questions. What happens if black people do this? Then they become sophisticated. Then they try to invade. Everyone is thinking that way. Everyone else is thinking, let's pretend we're all going to be fair with them. But in all honesty, we will have to keep installing our puppet leaders. We have to keep controlling them. Because what happens when we lose control of Africa truly? What truly happens when we lose control of Africa? Will they try to come back to us and do the same thing to us? Will they enact revenge, exact revenge? What happens when they take control? And because the other side that's the mental mathematics that they run is the reason for why they're so insecure. And what we see as just simple freedom for us, they see as a threat for them. We have to make sure we finish the job. You cannot be worried about if your enemy has a nuclear bomb. You have to bomb first. And your bomb better be a nuclear bomb too. That's the mathematics you have to make in life is such and such wants to harm me. And such is thinking I may harm them. I'm not doing myself a favor by trying to prove that I won't harm them because they're going to try to harm me regardless. They're in defense mode. So we have to attack, even if we don't want to. Eventually, this whole planet has to be under our control, even if we don't want to, even if we just want to be better human beings and all that bullshit. The rest of them don't agree. They don't think the same way. Everyone else has lofty goals. you know, and they won't let us live. When black people have had wealthy neighborhoods and wealthy cities like Tulsa, the white folks came and burnt the city down. They're not thinking about it like, let's all be fair and free and equal. No, they're thinking about it like, it is the white manifest destiny. They can't have shit. So we have to flip it and say, okay, you guys cannot have shit because clearly the little you have, you abuse your power. We have to take control. And that is my proposition for you guys. Shikubi and I'm out.